So after you divide by the monomial, like I just did number 33, now we're going to go to where you divide by binomials. So starting 37 and beyond. You have two methods for dividing these. One is polynomial long division, which is a longer process, and then you have synthetic division. So I'm going to do number 39. So let me actually make 39 a little bit bigger. And I'm going to show you synthetic division first. Okay? So basically, what we have is we're dividing by this binomial x minus 2. So in synthetic division, this is how you set it up. You do a little backwards L, and inside this backwards L, you're going to put the opposite of whatever the constant is on your binomial that you're dividing by. So that's a minus 2 or a negative 2. That means I put a positive 2 inside here. Okay, then we're going to list numbers after this, and we go to the polynomial I'm dividing that x minus 2 into. Now I notice I have an x cubed term, an x squared term. I don't have an x term. So what I need to do is I need to put in a plus 0x squared. Okay, now I'm showing you synthetic division here first, but even with synthetic or with long division, you're going to have to put that in there. And then I have plus 9. And what you do with synthetic is you take the coefficients. So that first coefficient is a 5 on the x cubed. So I'm going to write a 5 right here. And then on the x squared, it's a negative 10. So you leave a little space, and I'm going to write a negative 10 here. Now, I don't have the x squared term, but I got to put this in there. If you forget it, it's not going to work out. But I'm going to have a 0, so I'm going to space over a little bit. I'm going to put a 0. And then I have my constant term of 9, so I'm going to space over a little bit. So that's how you set it up. You basically write your coefficients. Now, you space down a little bit, and you're going to draw a line. Okay, we want to leave space here because we're going to be putting numbers in there, and I'll show you where we find those numbers. Okay, first thing you do once you have it set up like this is you carry down your first number here. Okay, which is the coefficient on your highest exponent term. So I carry 5. Now, I'm going to take this 2 multiplied by 5, which is 10, and I'm going to put it right up above in the next column, above my line that I drew. Now, I combine these two. So negative 10 plus 10, now this is kind of a unique example, this doesn't happen a lot, but I get a 0. Then I take this 2 and multiply it times this number, which is 0. It goes in the next column above the line, which is 0. Now I combine these two. Okay, so 0 plus 0, and this is kind of a unique example here with 0, but I'm going to get 0. Then I take this 2, and I multiply it by this 0, which is 0, goes there, and then I combine these two, which gives me 9. So I get some numbers down below that line. This first one is your constant, or your number term. You kind of work backwards, the one on the right. Then this would be, actually no, that is your remainder. Okay, the next one is your constant term. Okay, and then this would be your x term, so x to the first power, and then this would be my x squared. Okay, so this is the remainder, and sometimes I like to box it in. Then it's my number term or my constant term, then it's my x term, and then it's my x squared. Now, how do you write your answer? So we go 5x squared, and then it's plus, it's a 0, so it's plus 0x, and we'll talk about not really having to write these terms, plus my constant of 0, and then the remainder, which will be a positive 9, so I put plus 9. The remainder, just like in numerical long division, has to get put over the divisor. In this case, it's algebraic and it's a binomial, and that is x minus 2. So that's going to come down here and go underneath that 9, which was x minus 2. Now, a better way to write this is 5x squared. These terms don't really need to be on there. Plus 9 over x minus 2. Now, this was kind of a unique example in that we got some zeros involved here. That doesn't happen all the time. In fact, most of the time it doesn't. But this would be how you write your answer with synthetic division.